Hey, welcome back to the Hatham Homestead. Today we're out in the middle of nowhere, beautiful Idaho. Brought this car up. This customer's car. The grandfather serviced the windshield washer fluid with antifreeze. So when you turn on the windshield washer fluid, it coats the window with a film. It's just nasty, so it needs to be cleaned and cleaned out for good. So we're going to do that. First, going to open the hood. And this is the windshield washer fluid, your antifreeze. So I've already been in here a little bit. We're going to open that up. In order to get to that windshield washer container, we have to take the wheel off. So you're going to jack the car up, pull off the tire with a 22mm socket or 13/16. Then you have to take off this part of the wheel well. You don't take the whole thing off, just this section right here. There's two of these little push button things. Up underneath here, you'll get a small flat tip screwdriver. Pull on that to pop it out, then it should drop right out. Two there. There's one here, one here, one here. And then this should drop out of the way. And that's what we're looking at. This is your reservoir here. You have 3 bolts that hold it in. 1, 2, and then there's one in the front that I'm not going to take this out, so we don't need to take it out. But you would just loosen the one in the front up. It is slotted, so when the bolt is loose, you can slide this in and out to put those other 2 bolts in. We're also going to take out, this is the windshield washer pump. So this obviously is full of a gallon of fluid. To take out this connector, you're going to push this little tab in and it should slide out. Push it in and pop it loose. Now if you're going to take the whole entire reservoir out, make sure you mark this one as the aft one, because these do service different windows. One services the back window, one does the front window, and they don't go on all at the same time. So I'm not doing that. I'm just going to leave it all hooked up. So when you're taking these out as well, use a screwdriver and get in front of the hose and push the hose back. If you pull on the hose really hard, it will tighten up even more. So I've already had these off to drain everything. So we're going to take both those out of the way. With those 3 things out of the way, this will pivot all around in a circle. This is not held in on this particular car with any type of bracket. It is merely compression. It is quite interesting to take off, and it can be scary if this is your first time. As you can see by the giant mess I've already made, I've already had that out one time. So I'm going to take it out now to show you how to do it and show you how freaky it can be. Alright, so to pop it loose, you want to take a flat tip screwdriver. Now be careful, because this is merely held in with the rubber grommet, and you're just going to kind of pull on it and twist, and then you're going to pry on a little bit. You don't want to pull too hard out here, you don't want to break it in half. So you want to make sure you get up underneath here, and we can get that rubber grommet started. Now, if you do break it, you can always buy a new one. We don't want to have to do that. So you see the rubber starting to come loose right here, and then it pops out. So this is literally all that holds it in, is this rubber grommet, and the rubber grommet goes around that housing in there, and that's what holds it still. So then we'll rinse this out, which I've already done, and then now we're going to put this back in the car. Now this windshield wiper motor, I will link that down below. I don't need one because mine works fine. This one works fine. But if your housing breaks off, or the connector is, or one of these nipples breaks, then you want to replace it. They're not that expensive. If water's coming out the bottom here, that means that the internal part has failed and it's probably drained all your fluid out. So putting it back in is a little more difficult. So let's go ahead and put it back in. So I like to start the back side first and the bottom, because I can't see it very well. And we're going to take that same screwdriver we used to pop it loose, and we're going to start pushing in, and we're going to feed just a little bit of the rubber in here. You don't want to do it too much too fast, because you don't want to cut that rubber grommet. And you'll see it starts to bead up really big. That has the farthest to go. So we're just trying to get that to start going into the hole as we twist a little bit. I'm sure somebody might have an easier way to do this. If so, please comment below. It would make my life a lot easier. So we're just going to slowly start feeding this in. This would be a lot faster if I wasn't trying to film it. You're going to keep constant pressure in the area that you're pushing the grommet in. Again, you don't want to put too much knife edge pressure on that grommet. You don't want to cut it. It's just tedious. It does take a little bit. If you have a swimming pool and you have some of that magic lube, you can put that on here. You don't want to use Vaseline because that is a petroleum product and it'll do exactly what we're trying to make not happen here. You can also put a little bit of a dish soap on here. That probably help too. Getting a little close, you can finally push. Once you get down there, twist it back and forth a little bit. There you go. That's a windshield wiper motor removal and installation. Hardest part, I think, is obviously taking it off because it can be scary. The hardest part is actually putting it back together. So then when you get it back together, you're going to put your two hoses back on. If they're cracked, you can just trim them off a little bit, put them back in. If you need to change the hose, you can do that at this time as well. And your connector, obviously, just slip right on. Click. We'll fill it with windshield washer fluid and then run the motor a little bit. I've only filled mine up a quarter of the way because if you check for leaks, I want to make sure we don't have any leaks in the system. If the grommet got damaged or something, you'll have to go to the store and get one. The auto parts store, you can order one online. I'll try and link that below with this motor as well. Let's run it a little bit. And check for leaks after you run it. We look good. That took a lot of fluid. So what we're doing is we're actually going to run the rest of this fluid out to the back to make sure that we get all the antifreeze out of this line. So I've got no leaks. I've ran enough fluid through both lines to make sure that there's no leftover antifreeze water in the lines, and I've got it filled up almost all the way. I'm out of fluid since I already ran a quarter of it through there. Got orange fluid coming out both sides. So the next thing to do is change the wipers. I have no leaks. Just put the car back together. If you're curious as to where to service the windshield washer fluid, which you should already know, it's right up here on top and it's labeled washer fluid only. Kia was nice enough to stack this pretty high so you don't have to worry about spilling it all over the place when you try and fill it. It takes about a gallon, so a whole gallon will fill it up. So when you're done, make sure the lid's tight. Let's put the car back together. All right, we're going to start with putting in this wheel well shroud. Remember, we have two bolts in the front, these two here, and then we have several on the shroud itself. So we'll start with the two on the bottom first. This will go underneath. Make sure that your shroud is tucked into the wheel well here and over. Now you can start by putting that corner one in first. Now these are relatively cheap. I'll link below Amazon to get a whole bunch of these. If their tabs are broken, break them taken off, you're going to want to replace them. Some of these are broken because this car had a wreck. So we're going to start with putting this one in here. Make sure we're lined up. You'll have to squeeze the ends to get this stuff in there, which when you're missing a thumb, it makes it a little bit more difficult. So we'll start 3 of these here and then use a screwdriver to get that 4th one in the hole there. Now you get new ones, they're perfect. They're not expanded yet. That's all these things do, is when they push in, they expand. If you watch, they expand those ends out. When you pull them out, they'll click. They're staying open. So once you get it in the hole, just push it in with your thumb, and it holds it in. I think they're kind of chintzy, but hey, what else do you do? And then repeat that process with this one, and the two underneath. I would recommend doing the two underneath first, just because those are most important. When that put back together, the next thing I do is put the tire on. Again, I appreciate you watching. Like and subscribe, ask questions below or comments. Thanks for watching. Have fun out.